A coward with big teeth, big cheap teeth, and real stupid looking suits.
Dame, happy to have you back on the platform, man. Happy to have you back. It's been a while, man. We haven't did an interview in a while, man. What's poppin' with you, man? I heard you got a new deal with BET. What's going on with you, man?
Everything's good. You live from CEO Country Club, Florida. And this is my headquarters. This is where I work when I'm out here.
CEO Country Club, that's where you at? That's the spot? That's what's up. It look like a strip club. It must be big. That's the strip club room. You got a mansion.
And I made this announcement when I was on The Breakfast Club. No one just believed me.
You also made the announcement that you were the new co-owner of Revolt on The Breakfast Club.
I showed alleged Charlemagne the trailer, but he wanted to act like he didn't see it and lied, allegedly. But, this has been done for a while. And what I did is I made it and licensed it to them. And it's the first tranche.
You're just getting used to those new teeth. I know y'all always talking shit about my teeth. Wait till I get my new teeth. I'm gonna have a better grip on them than Dame do. I still got regular people teeth. He got the new fresh ones, so he started going in on Camron teeth because he don't feel like he got the right ones.
Of My Paid in Full. And it's the docu-series. So, I basically am telling you exactly who I'm talking about, from where the coke comes from, pause all the way to, when it gets to Harlem, the people.
So whenever you say comes in any capacity, that's also pause? This game's getting hard. Pause.
And then from there, we do the scripted. So this is the first tranche of My Paid in Full, and I tell that story through OG Stories. I licensed it to BET and Paramount for domestic, and then I keep the rest for the rest of the world for my television network, the new network. So it's a different kind of deal. It's definitely not a deal that made me rich, because I had to pay for everything, but I still own it. So the difference between me and 50 is, there was an announcement made that I got greenlit, and that's not what happened. We already made me.
Y'all know Dame never got a boss. Don't get it confused.
Ryan and Louis Carr, before Louis was the president, we did this deal. And, we did it where no one could stop it, where it was, don't even pay for it. I'll make it. I'll license it to you. I'll own it. And, what's crazy is since he's become president, it's a little harder to maneuver over there. But the point is, there'll be an announcement of when it's coming out, but it is coming out, let's just say very soon. It's already done. No one can stop it. And
are there people trying to stop it?
There is nobody telling me what to do. There's no boss. I don't work for them. All I did was rent them to distribute it for cable television and Paramount Plus, just giving this story a platform. But what's funny is if, they don't make an announcement, no one believes it. Even my friends that I've already told this were like, oh, you need any help? I'm like, I already did this already. So when I had spoke to y'all, remember I told you I was working on, but the thing is, what people have to understand is I directed it. My crew, we made all the music in it with my band. I helped edit it, basically, every second with every editor. It's 10 episodes. And, the people are people that I personally know. And personally saw. I don't have to clear anything to tell my personal experience.
All right, then we get it. No, you don't work for anybody. You will never work for anybody. I got it.
As it relates to Harlem. So for Cheap Teeth, a.k.a. Fredo, a.k.a. Camron, a.k.a. I want to talk about sweaty men every day for a living, and now a.k.a. Paws getting thrown around by wrestlers on some clown shit, to me. That's just not what I have for him. He better get to work if he wants to go make Paid in Full and stop getting thrown around by wrestlers and maybe keep my name out of his big mouth with those cheap teeth, with those what are those in his mouth. Because, again, if you're going to do something as intricate and personal as getting teeth, paws, you should be patient. You should make sure it's the right dentist, and you should make sure they're not too big for your face.
I could have sworn.
Dane keep talking. Yo, Dane is so pumped that he got his new teeth. And the crazy thing is, he been on here for almost 5 full minutes, and we ain't seen his teeth yet. He ain't smile, he ain't grin, he ain't snarl, none of that.
What's good between both of y'all? Like, what happened, yo? Like, why y'all going back and forth again?
He keeps talking about me. They keep bringing me up. They keep trying to throw jabs, and I could care less. They're children. They play childish games.
They're not still talking about you, yo.
Like they might keep saying my name because it gets them relevant or in the algorithm, but I just don't know how you can make a career talking about me once or twice a week or bringing my name up, or why you want people to think I'm fucked up. I don't know why you want people to think that, and you supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, now it's you. You're the new one on the other side, but so corny. You think it felt good, pause, to see him jumping around with G-Unit like a clown? I know they laughing at him. I know they made him do it. I just think they got pictures of him, allegedly.
Pictures of him allegedly?
But they should stop talking about it.
Pictures of him allegedly? Doing what? What are you accusing him of?
It's not even like I'm starting, but I don't know what it is. They know I'm not going to let any of that slide. But they've been, you know, I was just waiting for to get real teeth. Like, I had the dentures, but, you know, I told you I had, right there, in the last interview, I had dentures.
Smile, Dame.
Because I was going through the bone healing, but now I got the implants, so I'm popping it now.
Okay.
And we back outside. So you see, you know, Nicky Licky got a hit record with PD Crack F1. I got the CEO race team is racing May 2nd at the Arbondale racetrack, so you'll see that. And I'm opening up these CEO country clubs, my version of a real Soho out.
I mean, maybe it's his bottoms, because I seen his bottoms. His bottoms is there. I thought he had the whole, because he had the full. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm teeth shopping. Send me a super chat, nigga.
All around the country, and you know, LA's the first. Well, actually, I did it here first, but in LA, I'm opening that. Then we gonna go open up the hotel in Chicago, but it's members only. And I don't really, I'm only letting people in that I really with, pause, where I know it's going to be productive.
So I take it that, you know, that video that went viral of Cam asking Kevin Hart about you, you ain't like that? You wasn't feeling that?
But that was another one. Well, I don't know why they would do that. And they, you know, he's like a planned skit every day. So you never know what's real or what's not over there. It's WWE life over there with me. But
I always say that about all of this internet stuff. It's like WWE or WWF, as they used to call it when I was a kid. And people in the comments are like those really, really serious fans that hold up a sign and all that. You know, we all play our parts within the algorithm. It's wrestling.
Why the first question you would say is, what do you think about Dame Dash? I mean, that's gay to me. Like, why are you asking another man what they think about me? That's gay, allegedly. So, again,
shout out to Dame, gay, allegedly.
The reason why Kev is not cool with me now is because I was protecting him when Kev was bothering him. And the next, I showed it. When I saw Kev, he had on Uggs and, you know, leotards or whatever. And I got at him and said, don't bother Cam no more. That's my little brother. You know better than that. He's with me. Pause. And then Fredo asked that question. And literally he called me like, yo, man, I think he got at me. He wasn't just telling me other than to say protect him. So I said, I got you, little bro. Don't worry about it. Like I always do. Every time Cam has had a problem, I've dealt with it, not other shit that I don't know about. But when he has any issues in business, I'll save his life. When he had any business, you know, that's why I was so like upset when he got punched in his face and didn't do anything with my cousin there. Because I was like, yo, I thought you were supposed to be watching. He's like, he wasn't paying me that day. We was friends. He's not going to get a sneak bodyguard on some slick shit. But I got to remember.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure Dame feels highly disrespected by a lot of people they said he looked out for. Like, Oskino has some good things to say about him. He said that Dame came through for him in a time where he really needed him, and he'll never forget forget Dame for that.
Was Dame ever in the picture with you? Like, was he ever somebody you spoke to a lot?
Yeah, Dame came to my. Me and Dame became. To this day. It's my brother. I talk to Dame. That's my brother right now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, but me and Dame got real tight. Dame came to. Somebody said I robbed him in 2002. Dame drove to Philly. This when Dame was $100 million man. He drove to Philly, got a driver to bring him to Philly and took the stand in my behalf, saying that, yo, if y'all let him out this case, he had employment, I got everything he need, whatever y'all need from me, I'll do it for him on the stand. So he did that for me. For me, that was like, man, I wasn't even expecting him to do it. And mind you, when I called him, I didn't even ask him to do it. He said he'd do it and just did it. So once you do something like that for me, I'm forever gracious, forever in your debt.
But yeah, they say he did a lot of good things for a lot of people. If this is true, I know he feels violated the way people clowning him right now. But then he also could take it as jokes. You know what I mean? But I know he probably looking at Camron. He probably looking at Jim Jones. He probably looking at all those guys who might speak ill of him. Like, damn, you was my little nigga. I raised you.
This is the guy that got his whole career punched out of his face and didn't do anything. And it was only 3 people. Only 3 people. It was like, it was 3 people. It was like, that's it? That's why you let a man punch you in your face? At least punch him in the face and run or curl up or something, but don't get in the car and drive off and cry in the car and then go get some, a mouth.
Cry in the car? God damn.
Because he was Bucky Dick before, pause.
Bucky
And now he got a mouthpiece, a cheap mouthpiece. And I'm just wondering why he didn't fight back and why he continues to be now like he's on the other side. Him against me, it's like draining, but I'm not going to let him keep talking about me and with me not saying anything. And I just feel like because no one wants to, because he sounds stupid when he tries to talk articulate and do interviews. He's squinting Tarantino. He's squinting. I mean, it's just not entertaining to look at. I'm not hating, but I just don't think the rhythm is there like it was before. And I guarantee you that show, a sports show, that show only exists because of Mase. So I remember Gilly telling me personally, like, nah, we told Cam we can't do the show without Mase. And that's why he went and got Mase. But that show wasn't anything, and they wouldn't even do it without Mase. So he had to put his tail between his legs, because what he was telling me was, I can't f with Mase because Mase was, lying about God, and I don't play with God. But for the money.
For real. Y'all ever see Mase preaching, y'all?
Thank the Lord. Amen. That mean they didn't leave yet. Amen. I was laying on my bed yesterday, and the Lord said, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I am coming as surely as you're laying here. I am coming. You better get your tithing situation together. He's coming.
Pause. Like, yeah, and right here, he preached real slow. Real slow. You know you're gonna be in church for a minute. They're like, Pastor Mase. You're like, oh man.
All of that went out the window. So he had to be humble. And that's why Mase is sitting there laughing at him. Because you don't see Mase running around beefing with everybody. Well, I love Mase and the respect that we have amongst each other after everything. Again, he's the only one that got on the show and promoted. So he knows that this is a business transaction. We all know that Fredo is a transactional person, and this is for money. But I know that you never see them hanging out with each other than in the front of a camera. They not friends. So
why they gotta be friends? They doing business together. They work well enough together on camera. Good enough. I think Dame is romanticizing a different time. I mean, he probably had different principles, but within that ecosystem that Dame had built, where he probably looked out for a lot of people, he also made a ton of enemies. He made some poor moves.
Me, I work with my friends. I don't do transactional relationships, pause, with my friends. It's always been for love. And this distraction of him playing games and not being able to really, and trying to make paint a picture of me, like, why would he be the one to try to make me look like I'm struggling, or I'm doing bad, or I'm a different version of myself, right? And he's still the same guy that won't get in front of me and have a conversation because he's a coward. You feel me? A coward with big teeth, big cheap teeth, and real stupid looking suits. And those leathers are terrible.
Oh my God. He tearing him up on his suits. He put some color. He added some color to his wardrobe. You know what I mean? He spent some time in the Midwest, and it clearly has influenced his style.
It's a fake version of, it's terrible what he's doing. And I wish somebody would tell him. Like, you know, he's literally the dude walking around with the goldfish from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And he's clown. He's like, everyone's laughing at him, and he thinks he's the man. Like, how could it be cool squinting all day getting thrown around by other sweaty men? I just don't get how that was something that we was ever jacking. But I don't want to talk about him all day because it feels abusive. And I don't want to do this to this little dude. Pause. Fredo. And then he tries to send some girl to talk about Nicolette. And I'm like, Nicolette's like, yo, I should just get at him because he's whack. He hasn't made a record. I mean, he can't make a hit record, so he had to be a sportscaster. And he's going to send a girl to do a man's work. All Nicolette would do with that girl is hit it. That's it. Lick it. If she's cute enough for, allegedly. But honestly, I'm ready to be like, Nicolette, just get him out of here. Let's do a versus. I can guarantee you that Nicolette will beat Camron and will beat Fredo in the verses, song for song, because he doesn't know how to perform. He never did. He can't remember his lines. You know what I mean? He can't. So let's get off of Cam or Fredo. It's a terrible look for Harlem. And we have too many people in common that we know. But I just want to recognize that he should just keep my name out of his mouth just to get himself in the rhythm. Just leave me the f alone and go do your petty work and get paid by another culture to disrespect sweaty black men. Just do that. Keep doing that. Just leave me the f alone. You over there now, you a clown to me. And everyone that looks at things the way I look at things, you went from cool to corny. And yes, you took Jim's style. Jim came in, paused with that pink, and the next day you said, F that, I'm taking that. And you haven't been able to dress since you haven't been friends with Jim. Period. Like, who the f wears Maurice? I mean, this is like, I don't understand who's telling him he's fly. So he should leave me alone. And Larry, pause, you're still unhealthy. You need to get in the gym. You need to leave me alone. And Sin, you know, you my man, and I know it's all love. I'm going to cut you up too in a minute. I promise you that. You ain't going to keep asking him these stupid-ass alley-oop questions to act gay, allegedly. You're all just sitting there laughing at everything he says and agreeing with him. That looks terrible. Like, it's just, don't kill Dipset's spirit and make them look like that because you chose to go be a weatherman.
A weatherman? A weatherman?